Miss Thomas, you are on. Take it
I
away.
am so excited to be here. We are with the Small Business Network, and you are watching our podcast. If you are not new to the game, you know that the podcast is a big deal. You probably recognize my guest tonight. I'm so excited to have him. But we're going to get started. I am Sharmelle Thomas. I'm your travelpreneur consultant with the Small Business Network. I am your host tonight, and I can't wait for you to see what is exciting that we are going to share with you. So, first of all, please, please, please drop some love in the chat for Mr. Sean White. I hope you know that you have seen him a lot on our podcast. He's going to share so much knowledge and joy with us tonight. Mr. Sean White has been a member of the SBN for over 4 years. He's coming up on his 5-year anniversary.
Come
That
on,
right
man.
there is cheer-worthy.
Come
Um,
on.
we're going to have another celebration just for that. But tonight, Mr. White, why are we extra excited tonight about tonight's podcast? Because, we usually say what podcast this is at the very beginning, but I'm kind of held off a little bit because I want you to tell everybody what number podcast are we on?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special and joyous occasion here on Sharmelle Thomas and SBN, the Small Business Network podcast. And the reason why we're so excited, more animated, more times than not, especially on this episode, because we are at, drum roll please, 400 episode, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
400. Now,
400. I'm going to
four,
play
zero, there we go. Come on now.
little jams
Come on.
just to kind of
Come
party
on
with
now.
that.
Come on now. Come on now.
400 episodes?
Come on now. You
400.
come
That
on.
is
You
time that we have spent learning about people, learning about what they do. But tell me, Mr. Sean White, what does that mean to you? You're coming up on your 5th-year anniversary. You saw the beginning of this podcast. What does 400 mean to you?
400 for me personally is extra gratifying because just to share some history with you guys. About a year and a half ago, me and Commissioner had a conversation, and of course we talk about like business and what our goals is for this organization. So we seen it as more than just TV and radio, right? We seen it on a much bigger spectrum because we are global. And so it dropped in my spirit because I've been doing podcasting at that point for about 3 to 4 years. And I say, hey, my friend, why not we go ahead and incorporate the podcast? It's something in which that a lot of people love. And it's something that's very popular. I mean, nowadays, you can literally go on Spotify or anywhere else, right, and listen to a podcast. But podcast is the thing. And that's something that he said, you know what? I never really thought about it like that because prior up to that time, it was really mostly the main thing was TV and radio. But he said, I know what? I love that idea and let's go ahead and make it happen. And so I believe the very first podcast was Transformation Greatness and SBN, the Small Business Network podcast, episode 1. And from that point forward, ladies and gentlemen, a year and a half later, we are at the 400 episode. I want you guys to listen to what I'm saying because some people may be saying, oh, well, okay, well, that's 100 episodes, what? No, you don't understand that number one, it's not so many people, right, that can even say 400, let alone 100 episodes.
Right.
But then secondly, for all the men and women and children that have contributed, right, as far as to the development and the growth of the SBN, the Small Business Network podcast, to where it is at today. So for myself, I am super super ecstatic
Yeah.
for this episode 400. And do me a favor, if you will, if you're just popping in, if you catch us on the live, put in the hashtag live, guys. Let us know exactly where you're tuning in from. And if you should happen to catch us on the replay because you're out and about, it's a Tuesday, you may be at work or whatever have you, we get it. But you know what I'm going to say. There's no excuses. But hashtag replay. Let us know where you're tuning in from. But more importantly, what are some of your takeaways that you'll be getting from this episode? So until then, sit back, relax, and Miss Thomas, the floor is yours again.
I want to take a moment to give some flowers because you called it. There's a lot of people that have put work in to this podcast. So if you've got a favorite podcast host or a favorite 3 podcast hosts, tag them, shout them out, let them know how much you appreciate the efforts that they've put into this podcast, and how excited you are to see them in the next 400 episodes. All
That's
right,
correct.
because
That's
we
correct.
are so excited. We have a wonderful cast of knowledgeable, fun, energetic people that are bringing you this information, podcast after podcast after podcast, all the way to 400. And we are about to go beyond. So super excited about that. So definitely shout them out. Give them some gratitude. Let them know maybe if you can remember off the top of your head what maybe one of your favorite podcast topics has been. Just
Correct.
throw all of that in the chat. We'd love to see it, and maybe bring some of that out again. So, with that, Mr. White, you have said a couple of things I think that I just want to point out as very encouraging. Good evening, Miss Latanya Davis. But it's very encouraging. You said a year and a half ago. We're at the point where we kind of know how fast time goes. And so a lot of times when you're starting something, you feel like you're never going to get it off the ground. You feel like it's never going to be the right thing, or you're not going to do it right. It's not going to be a success. But we're showing this in a year and a half, 400 episodes of the podcast. So that means in a year and a half, if you put your mind to something, there's so much that you can do to succeed in whatever it is that you're looking at, whether you are having a small business, whether you are breaking into the entertainment field, whether you're an author, whatever that might be. You know, Mr. White, what do you have to say about that?
1,000%. 1,000%. You know, in anything, just like in life, right? Business it works the same exact way. You have a vision, you have aspirations of what that may look like, you have visions of it, you have a general synopsis on how you want it to flow. And in a perfect world, it's going to flow exactly the way in which that's supposed to.
Yeah.
But however, such as life and in business, things don't go that way. During this phase of growing the podcast, there have been situations where people that we actually thought that was truly, like solid committed, they would just disappear off the face of the earth. Life happened. There was emergencies. People have lost family members. I done lost family members. I done got sick during this equation. The homeless. I mean, so many different things that happen. My whole point in saying is that when you make a committed decision, and I want you guys to really listen to this. When you make a committed decision, whether it's doing a podcast, whether it's TV and radio, whether it's real estate, you know, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever it is, when you make that committed decision, you have to tell yourself, you know what? There is no plan B. This is plan A, and it's going to work. Now, it may take X amount of time, but it's going to work. Why? Because you already made that committed decision. So there is no going back and saying, well, what about this don't work? And then, what about that don't work? Or what about if this or if that? How about this? What if it does work? What if you are able to bring the clients, the customers, the partners?
Mm-hmm.
What if by you just putting your feet to the floor and just staying laser hyper focused for about 6 months, a year, 2 years, what if it can radically transform your life?
Yes.
What if you make the necessary sacrifices, which, by the way, when it comes to sacrifices, we all know are not easy, but it's needed and it's necessary in order for you to grow to the next level? What if you were to do that? The reason why this podcast is at 400 is because there are people that have decided that, you know what, by me being a part of this, it's bigger than myself.
Yeah.
It is a movement.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that I can see clearly, and the benefits are amazing. Because you see, when you are a podcaster, when you are a TV and radio personality, you may think that it's all about you. And yes, it does benefit as far as your brand in your business. Absolutely, because don't get it twisted. We're entrepreneurs, right? Bottom line. So we need clientele and sales in order to sustain the business. Let's not get that twisted whatsoever. But when you have a platform such as this, as being a radio and TV personality, as being a podcaster, you get to influence people. You never ever know on who you can be impacting. You could be saving someone's life. Have you ever thought about that? Have
Mm-hmm.
you thought about that maybe by you coming on, and even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes, but you're giving some words of wisdom, you're providing your area of expertise that you literally can be someone's breakthrough, and they say, yes,
Yeah.
that's who I was looking for. I was looking for Sharmelle. I seen a whole bunch of people that's doing what Sharmelle does, but the way that she articulated, the way that she explained it, because she was so kind and patient and loving about it, I want to get in contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you gotta think. I want you to think in this year, 2025, think outside the box. Think outside of you. And I assure you, if you help enough people get what they want, which is a very true saying by Zig Ziglar, they will help you get what you want. And why is that? Because it's universal law. That's why. Great question.
I love that. Shout out to Miss Jennifer Nix, our friend, our fellow SBN network podcaster and host. So I am super excited about just a couple of things that you said there. And in case somebody's just getting on and they missed it, I want to just say, I'm going to reemphasize that when you are making an effort towards your business or whatever it is that you're getting into, don't treat it like it's a plan B. Treat it like it's a plan A. Set your goals. And that means too, when you have those things, like you said, when life is lifing, because it's going to, and we want it to, because the alternative is no life, right? So we want it to keep going, but treat it like that plan A. Be ready to pivot when you need to. Be resilient, adjust, and that is okay. That doesn't mean that your goal has to go away. So I think that that is absolutely key. And I'm going to kind of pivot right now a little bit.
Sure.
And just in case, if you're hopping on, again, let us know where you're from. We are celebrating. So we want you to shout out your favorite SBN network podcast hosts. Let us know who you love and who you want to see next. But let us know, because this is 400 episodes. We are so excited about that. And we were just able to kind of use this as an example that in a year and a half, a group of people could come together and collaborate and put together 400 episodes to help people, as Mr. Sean White just said. Because the other thing that I want to point out, it's not all about us, right? It's not just about me. It's not just about you. Who is it that we can help? So it could be just one sentence that you say that gives somebody an idea and they go do something wonderful. So
Correct.
you never know who it is that you're reaching out to.
Correct.
So with that, There's something else that we're doing. I jotted down a couple of words when you were talking about sharing the idea with the commissioner about having the podcast. That was collaboration, right? When you have a group of people, if you're not taking advantage of the opportunity to collaborate, you're missing out. So I want to talk about something else that we have coming up.
Sure.
I want to know from you, Mr. White, why is it important? But we've got a money making event that is coming up. We're super excited to plan for. We want to tell you about it. But there's a lot of collaboration within that. Can you tell us why that's important?
Collaboration is king, period. The way I look at it is this. And this what really made me change my mindset on that, because like so many individuals, right? I was one of those that I was trying to figure things out. I felt that because it was, you know, the vision that was bestowed upon me to make transformation greatness what it is. I felt that I had to do basically everything. And there's a lot of individuals that even to this day, they've been in the game way longer than I have as being entrepreneurs, way longer, but yet they still have that mentality. And maybe it's self-preservation, if you will, but they still feel like they have to do things on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it was um it was a video, and I believe it was by the late great Bob Proctor, God rest his soul. And he said, I would rather prefer, and I'm paraphrasing this, I'm probably butchering it, but he stated, I would rather collaborate with other individuals to where we can reach our goals faster than by doing it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And he realized this a long time ago when he was in his 20s building his business. So someone like the late great Bob Proctor can adopt that, and many other of the top successful people in their respective fields and industries. Then for you being that entrepreneur, that visionary, that coach, that small business owner,
Yeah.
wouldn't it make sense to go ahead and do so?
Yeah.
Because when you collaborate, you're now able to come up as far as with money making events, in which we're going to be having in June, in which you're going to be able to see yours truly. But it ain't about me. It's about the beautiful ladies that's going to be a part of the event, because they're going to be bringing the heat and talking about as far as with travel and all that other great stuff.
Yeah.
But I say collaboration is so important. And I just believe that if you're not doing so, you're truly missing the boat. You're still having that mentality of the Stone Ages, if you will. And I say that respectively because we're in a different climate, we're in a different shift. If
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't a such thing as collaboration, if people really didn't believe in collaboration, guess what? The platform that we're on right now, it wouldn't exist.
Yes.
Hello. That's a mic drop right
That
there.
is a mic drop right there.
So
Yeah.
collaboration is so key. And and that's one of the things in which I love about our organization, SBN, the Small Business Network, is that even though everyone is their own personality, everybody has their own business and different things in which that they do, but we all come together for one common goal, and that is to unite all of us, right, to really get us out there, in front of different audiences, right, to have different eyeballs, and everybody gets elevated. There is no big eyes and little U's. We don't play that big Chiefs and little Indians or that crap. No, that don't exist in our organization, right? You have to be willing, as far as to be a part of the vision, and really be willing as far as to pour into your other colleagues. And
Mm-hmm.
that is something that is a standard, and it will continue to be the standard as long as I'm a partner and CEO. I'll tell you that much. And Commissioner totally agrees with that as well. So collaboration is beautiful. I want you to speak to them, Ms. Thomas, if you will, about the money making event, and what are your expectations for it? Because I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about this event. I'm really excited.
I am really excited, and I think when it comes to collaboration, we're looking at this network of people that we have. We can come together and do major events, and it's because we're not all the same in this world, right? Now, I love travel. I love my travel business. I want to share it with everybody. I think everybody should do it, right? But if everybody did it, I wouldn't need a business. So, but
Right.
there's things that you offer that I may need. There's things that Miss Nix is shouting us out. There's things that Miss Nix offers that I may need. But we all need something different. We all have our own gifts, and we
Correct.
can really lend to that. You said earlier, think outside the box, and you said a moment ago that everybody gets elevated. With that collaboration, we can elevate everybody. We can think about things outside the box. And what's outside the box, maybe what was outside the box for me 5 years ago is my box now, right? But
Right.
sharing it with somebody who never knew that it was a possibility for them. And we're
Yep.
going to have so many opportunities like that on this money making event. It's just not one thing that you might decide to get into. You might choose one, you might choose none, you might choose three. But to just know about your options, I think is huge because people need different things. They need to know sometimes how to get started in something. They need to know that something exists. And I think that's what we're going to be here to offer. I'm super excited to see everybody that's coming together to contribute to this, to see what we have in this money making event. And just, I always love meeting new people. And I know that's what's going to happen with this.
Oh man, you know what? I love it when we're able to create events like this because it brings people together, just like you mentioned, and you never ever know on what you may need, right? I mean, like for you and Jennifer to be talking about travel, and I can hear somebody in the background. Oh, here we go. Another person talking about travel. Yes, they're talking about travel because it's a multi-trillion dollar industry. And guess what? Who doesn't like to travel and take vacations and go out to nice restaurants? Come on now.
Right.
So why not learn about that? And guess what? You may be so attracted to it that you may ask yourself, well, wait a minute, is there an opportunity for me to even get to be a part in that, right? Just to get a little piece of the pie?
Right.
Yeah. But you gotta come to the event to find out.
Yeah.
Also, something else too, which is very incredible and which I definitely love. We also have an incentive for those that decide that not only to come to the event, but even if they want to get their feature, their business or their brand featured as well. We're doing something very special for you as well. I'm not going to spill the beans over here. You want more information? You get in contact with myself, with our host here, Ms. Thomas, Jennifer Nix, which is in the audience, or Commissioner Dr. James McConnell for more information. That's how you find out. But guys, I can tell you, this is just the beginning. We got so oh my gosh, we got so many other things cooking down the pipeline. But see, this is why we're so excited about this episode being 400 because this is just the beginning and it's something historic and amazing. It truly is. And I cannot emphasize that enough. I really can't.
Yeah.
Back to
It's
you, Ms. Thomas.
special. It is special. It is going to be amazing. Everybody put hashtag 400. I don't even know if that's a real hashtag, but we're going to make it one tonight.
We're going to make it.
Hashtag 400 in the comments because it is something worth celebrating. And, you know, this is the 400th podcast, but there are so many different ways to collaborate. You know, maybe this money making event, you know, maybe one day it'll take a while to do because events take a lot of time to put together, but you know, we're in this for the long haul. So maybe one day we'll be talking about our 400th big money making event, right?
That's right. That's what I'm
Everything
talking
has
about.
to start somewhere.
That's
And
what I'm talking
so
about. That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
what you maybe have been waiting to start your thing, and we're here to help you do it. So definitely stay tuned. We're always happy if you want to grab your favorite. Like I said, you've seen some of these podcast hosts, unless you're new to us. If you're new to us, you're going to be watching some episodes because you're loving this, I know. But we are always sharing how you can connect with us. So grab some of your favorites and say, hey, I think I want to be part of this collaboration with the SBN. Can you tell me more? We're going to make sure you get that information.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
We're not holding it close to just be us, right, Mr. White? We're sharing this.
Oh, absolutely. Just to go ahead and tell you, I'm here in a small town in which a lot of you guys may or may not be aware of or even heard of this town. And if you didn't, I don't blame you. But it's called Atlanta, Georgia, right? We have Miss Thomas in another city in town in which you may or may not be familiar with. I'm very familiar with it, but Louisville, Kentucky,
That's it.
right? So
That's it.
some
Yeah.
people never heard Louisville, Kentucky, right?
I
Go
bet
figure.
they've heard of maybe the Kentucky Derby.
Okay,
This is it. Or if you've heard of Kentucky Fried Chicken,
come on then,
however you need to associate. However
come
you
on
need to
then.
associate. So yes, we've got some big things here in Louisville. So don't
So
pass us by.
so we're basically national guys. I mean, we're represented by New Jersey, from California, from the Carolinas. I mean, guys, we Texas, obviously. Um, um, Vegas in the house. I mean, Louisiana in the house. We're pretty much all over. And so, again, we are national and we are here for service, for servanthood, right? And each one of us, we bring something unique to the table. And I'm pretty sure if you stick around and more importantly, reach out to us, you'll find out that we're some pretty cool people. We're pretty cool people. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
all right. We are
Yeah,
all
yeah, we all right. We all right. We all right. We could be a little nutty there, here and there, but we all right though. We all right. We're one big happy family. That's the way I look at it. So
All right. Well, hey, this is a night for celebrating. I think we've dropped some really good nuggets for people to ruminate on. Throw some of your favorites in the comments. Let us know what you might be thinking about, you want to kind of take action on. Are you ready to make your goal your plan A? Right? Are you ready for that? This could be your day. Mr. Sean White has given us so many good information for how to get something going. So, but with that, Mr. Sean White, if somebody wants to know if there's anything else that you want to leave for them before we wrap up tonight, anything that I overlooked.
absolutely. I say this a lot, and you guys hear me talk about this. I believe in action. We're living in a time right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to regurgitate everything in which you see and hear on the news and social media. The time is now. If there's anything that you ever want to do in your life, any goals, any dreams, I don't care if it's from being a speaker or being a coach or being in real estate or being in travel, nursing, whatever that may look like for you, whatever it is in which that you always want to do, the time is now. If you do not know how to do something, figure it out.
Yeah.
This is the digital era. You got so many resources. It'll blow your mind away. There's so many different tools you can use. It'll blow your mind away. So many different coaches and people, men and women that can help you. You got YouTube. You got all these social media platforms, right? You got us. Make it happen. Make it happen. I me personally, I'm encouraged by someone that may not have all the answers, but I see them progressing each and every single day. Even if it's 1%, even if they're doing it afraid, scared, nervous, apprehensive, but I'm seeing progress. I get more excited about that person than as opposed to a person that's like, "Mm, I don't know. I don't like what Miss Sharmelle is saying. I don't like what Sean is saying. And yeah, I do it when I'm ready. I just don't have all my ducks in a row and blah, 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 blah." Well, you know something? There is a saying. You get to keep all your self limitations,
Mm.
and no one has the right to argue with you. you on that. You want to know why? Because you claimed it and you own it with all your heart and fiber being. So this message is not for you. This message is for the person that wants to make it happen. And I encourage you, start today. Actually, start once that this podcast is over with. And if you need guidance or assistance, you can get in contact with myself or any one of our amazing partners. They're more than qualified to help you in the right direction. And that's all I got for y'all on this Tuesday.
I love that. I love that kind of encouragement we can go with, and that's going to take us through the rest of the year and beyond. I absolutely love it. But guess what? You're going to see us way before the rest of the year. You'll see some of us in the Small Business Network several times this week. So just keep your eyes open for what's coming. All right. So we are here for that. Mr. Sean White, if somebody wants to connect with you, what's the best way to do that?
I'm all over social media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on Facebook as Sean A. White, have the glasses. Instagram, under Mr. the underscore sign, Politic35. TikTok, Sean A. White. On LinkedIn, I'm Sean White, Transformation Greatness. If you want to reach out to me directly, the phone number is area code 470-542-9320. I will tell you that again. The number is area code 470-542-9320. Just send me a text message. Just let me know who you are. And let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's go ahead and make it happen.
Yeah. And let him know if you text him or you message him or inbox him, whatever it is, say, hey, I saw you on the 400th episode of the SBN podcast, or just say 400 and he'll be like, oh, you know what's up. So yes, with that, Mr. Sean White, thank you so much for your time. Again, I am Sharmelle Thomas. You can also find me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram. Sharmelle Thomas is what you're going to put in. YouTube, Sharmelle Thomas or Sharmelle's Travels. You can find me there. TikTok, Sharmelle T, because it's a little bit different, but that's all right. We will be happy to get to know all of you. So excited. Let us know what you want to see next from us. We got 400 episodes to meet this number. So if there's a topic that you want, let us know. So that when we're back with episode 800, you'll be like, I was there the whole way with the SBN network.
I want to say something too. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love for you to give it up for our amazing hostess, Miss Sharmelle Thomas. She did an outstanding and amazing job. You just see how excited and articulate she is with her words, and just very candid, and she's very calculated as far as what she wants to convey. And I'm a huge fan of just giving a person their flowers. So if you can do me a favor, if you will, if you can smash those hearts, give her some flowers in there, any kind of emojis that's like positive, like a celebration. Please, I want y'all to show some love for our hostess here, Miss Sharmelle Thomas, because she did an amazing job. And believe me, if she didn't think I was paying attention, oh yeah, I was paying attention. She has the voice for TV and radio. But see, that's what we're talking about. And that's why we're so excited with this episode 400. So imagine if you be a part of this amazing organization on what that can do for you in your career, in your life.
Yes.
That's all I got for you.
We're going to stop it with that. We're going to end it. I'm going to play my little music again. If you want to know the secret of this music that I do not own the rights to, just in case, but it's just a little get us jamming, because we were so glad to have y'all here for episode 400. Thank you, Mr. Sean White.
Thank you. And we jamming out.